Hello, hello, my friends. It's Pam Jorgensen here. I'm an independent demonstrator here in Victoria, Australia, and I am stamping in my PJs out in my studio on the farm here. I have the cutest box to share with you that uses one piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper. You are going to love it. And let me show you how big this box is. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It holds 4 stamping seals. So there's your 2, and you can have it 2 deep and your box would still close. So this is quite a substantial gift box. And if you wanted to make the bottom more rigid, you could put a piece of chipboard. You could cut a piece of chipboard down in the bottom and cover that up as well if you wanted. But let's see how to make this and what we're using today. So we know that the retiring or last chance list is coming out for the mini catalog, the September to December 2023 catalog. And it's always a happy time, but it's always sad when we have things that are going on the list that we love. I love the Beary Christmas Suite. Even though we're in Australia, we don't get much snow. It is so darn cute. And if you've been watching my Facebook lives, you know that I've been doing some things with the Memory More Cards kits. If you haven't watched that, I'd love it if you went over to Stampin' in My PJs over on Facebook and like and follow me for some more inspiration. The only thing carrying over in this suite, though, is the snowflake embossing folder. So all the rest of it is gone, but I thought I'd use the Memories and More cards today because they're fast, they're easy, and this is a quick and simple gift box that you can use. Now this piece of cardstock, your Memories and More cards are 3 inches by 4 inches. So I have cut that at 3 inches by 4.5 inches wide. And I am just going to use up the rest of my side of my dimensionals. Never throw your dimensionals away, right? Because they're always, you can always use them. What I'm going to do is I'm only going to place my dimensionals along the edges, and that's because I'm going to be threading some ribbon through here as well. So let's peel off those backs, and I'm going to grab my spool of ribbon. I'm not even going to cut the ribbon off the spool yet. So we're going to get that wound out, and I'm just going to lay that on there for now. And I'm going to pop that over the top. So I'm going to work a little bit backwards, so this is all ready for you guys to go and see how I put that on the box. Now I did not want, I'm going to cut that off the spool right now. I did not want the word give the gift of Christmas cheer. So in the Memories and More kit, there are all kinds of stickers, and so I'm just looking to see what I have that I could cover that little piece up with. So let's have a look. We have some gifts. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little present, covering up as much as I can. And I will add another little gift over on this left corner because it's sticking. Actually, I might go this way. Let's see if I can switch it. There we go. And there's even another little green gift. So let's add, because we got to have uneven numbers, right? So let's add another one there. There we go. And that is how easy and fast we can cover up that that sentiment that we didn't want. Now, while I'm here, I am just going to add some gems to my little project because everything needs gems, right? Look at that cute little rabbit riding on top of the little polar bear. They're so adorable. Let's go with another one down there. Okay, so our decoration is finished, and now let's do some prep work of our paper. So this is a piece of 12 by 12 out of that paper pack that goes with the bears. And when you look at this, I love the little bear pattern. So I am going to cut this because this has a, or not cut it, score it because it has a direction we want to place it just like we were looking at it and looking at it correctly. So I'm going to pull out the arm on my paper trimmer, and we are going to score this at 2 inches. Now remember, this is just our 12 by 12. Make sure you do not score through your designer series paper. It is a little bit more fragile than just cardstock. I'm going to go down to 10 inches and I'm going to score it. Now I'm going to turn that one turn, 90 degrees, and I'm going to come back in and we're going to do a little bit more scoring. We're going to do a little bit more scoring. I'm going to score that again at 2 inches. And making sure that you score and you're measuring really carefully. The better that you score and measure, the nicer your box is going to come together. So I went to 5 inches, 2 inches, 5 inches. Now we're going to go to 7 inches and 10 inches. And that's it. So our two score lines that we did first are right here. And all of the single ones are coming down the right and left side of our project. So we don't want to cut these two. We're going to cut in on all the score lines that are coming down the sides. So if you need to, go ahead and just slightly burnish, or not burnish, just slightly fold with your hands where those score marks are so that you can see them as you're cutting. With my fingers. I'll come back with my bone folder when I'm done. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up this score mark to that 2 inch mark that we scored first. So very carefully trying to cut as straight as I can on each one of these scores. Okay, so when we're done, we should have 10 little flaps that are hanging out on the sides of our project, just like that. Let me get that out of the way. You can go down and have a look and see how carefully you cut. I see that I haven't cut one of mine very straight, and I'm just going to trim it just a little bit. Okay, so I have burnished all of my edges. So look at your pattern of paper. I want my little trees and my bears to be coming, going the same right direction on the top. If it bothers you, you can use a paper that doesn't have a specific direction, okay? So I know that my trees are going to be upside down inside of my box, but I'm okay with that. Okay, so once you have all of your pieces burnished, I'm looking to make sure that I want my bears, the direction I want my bears to go in first. So the first thing that I need to do is I need to take these two little flaps and these two right here. So I'm folding in these bottom 4 squares. I'm going to add my liquid glue. And I do recommend you use liquid glue on this only because there will be a lot of pressure on your little box. And then what will happen is we will fold these edges up and adhere that to that longer piece to the right, making sure that that's nice and square. And that's another reason to use your liquid glue, so that you can slide those pieces along if needed. So I'm going to do the same thing on the left. And then I'm going to pull up these other two pieces and add those as well. Once again, making sure that they're nice and square and even. I'm going to do that on both sides. So once you have that component, you can see that you've now formed your box. So what I recommend that you do is go ahead and turn it on its side and take your bone folder and just burnish on the sides of your box where you have adhered those inner flaps. Okay, so we have something that looks like this. So now what we need to do is we need to take and glue these two inside of these larger sections. So we're going to add some glue here. And we're going to add some glue here. And we're going to come up and we're going to add our box lid right here, lining that up. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now, if for some reason you didn't get your edges cut carefully, which it looks like, oh, I can't peel that apart, then go ahead and just slightly trim it. So the more carefully that you cut, the better your box will fit together. Okay, so here's our little gift box. Come back to my little project that I started earlier, and you could glue this, you could have it flat with adhesive, whatever works best. Glue is always so fast and easy. So I'm going to put that down like that in the center. And then I will just bring my ribbon around and tie it in a bow. And that is how fast and simple, I don't know what to call this, maybe a 12 by 12 box, because that's really what it is. It's so fast. So there we go. There is your fast and simple 12 by 12 Christmas box. And no matter what pattern you use, look at the difference. So I hope you've had fun seeing how to make that. I'd love it if you subscribe, or at least leave me a thumbs up if you like this project. All right, hope to see you next Friday for Fun Fold Friday. Bye-bye.